Everyone seems to be talking about the 2026 Lexus GX550 right now. It's bold, powerful, and built like a true off-road SUV. But here's the surprising part. There's another Lexus SUV that might actually make more sense for most buyers, the 2026 Lexus TX 350. One is rugged and adventure-ready, while the other focuses on comfort, space, and everyday practicality. So the real question is, are people rushing to buy the GX550 for the wrong reasons? And could the TX 350 secretly be the smarter choice? Before you spend your money on either one, there are a few things you absolutely need to see. Lexus has been expanding its SUV lineup in a big way over the last few years, and two of the most talked about models right now are the 2026 Lexus GX550 and the 2026 Lexus TX 350. At first glance, they might look like they serve completely different purposes, but many buyers in the US are actually comparing them before making a decision.
The GX550 represents the rugged side of Lexus. It's the next generation of the legendary GX line, a name that's been known for durability, serious off-road capability, and that classic body-on-frame SUV feel. With its bold, boxy design and powerful turbocharged engine, the GX550 is built for drivers who want luxury but still plan to tackle rough trails, camping trips, and long adventures.
On the other hand, the TX 350 is one of Lexus's newest additions, designed specifically with modern family buyers in mind. It's larger, more spacious, and focused on comfort, efficiency, and everyday practicality. Instead of extreme off-road capability, the TX prioritizes smooth highway driving, advanced technology, and three-row seating that actually works for adults. So while both SUVs carry the Lexus badge and premium reputation, they target very different lifestyles. But here's where things get interesting. Depending on how you actually use your SUV, the one that looks more exciting on paper might not be the smartest choice. So how do these two Lexus SUVs really compare when it comes to design, interior comfort, technology, performance, and overall value? Let's break it all down. Let's start with what you notice first, the design. The 2026 Lexus GX550 looks like it was built for adventure. It has a bold, squared-off shape, a tall stance, and a massive front grille that immediately gives it that rugged, almost military-style presence. The high ground clearance, chunky wheel arches, and upright body make it clear that this SUV isn't just about luxury, it's about capability. Whether you're pulling into a mountain trail or driving through rough terrain, the GX550 looks like it belongs there. The 2026 Lexus TX 350, however, takes a completely different approach. Instead of rugged toughness, it focuses on sleek, modern luxury. The design is smoother and more aerodynamic, with sharp LED headlights, sculpted body lines, and a longer, more elegant profile. It looks less like an off-road machine and more like a refined family cruiser designed for highways and city driving. Step inside both SUVs and the differences become even more obvious. The GX550's interior feels tough yet premium. You get high-quality leather, metal accents, and a commanding driving position that gives you a clear view of the road ahead. The large infotainment display, digital gauge cluster, and physical control buttons create a balance between modern tech and practical usability, something off-road enthusiasts really appreciate. But when it comes to space and comfort, the TX 350 takes the lead. This SUV was designed specifically as a three-row family vehicle, and Lexus clearly focused on maximizing passenger room. The cabin feels open and airy, with generous legroom in the second and third rows. Even adults can sit comfortably in the back, which is something many three-row SUVs struggle with. Then there's performance, where these SUVs truly separate themselves. The GX550 is powered by a twin-turbocharged V6 engine, producing around 349 horsepower, paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission. This setup delivers strong acceleration while still maintaining the toughness expected from a body-on-frame SUV. More importantly, the GX550 includes serious off-road hardware like full-time four-wheel drive and advanced terrain management systems, making it capable of handling mud, rocks, snow, and steep trails without breaking a sweat. The TX350, on the other hand, focuses on smooth efficiency rather than extreme capability. It uses a turbocharged four-cylinder engine producing around 275 horsepower. While that might sound less exciting, it's more than enough for everyday driving. The ride is quieter, smoother, and much more comfortable for long highway trips, exactly what many families actually want from a luxury SUV. Technology is strong in both vehicles. Lexus includes its latest infotainment system, large touchscreen displays, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, advanced driver assistance features, and high-end audio options. But the TX often feels more tech-focused, while the GX balances technology with durability. So at this point, the GX550 clearly wins when it comes to power and off-road strength, while the TX350 dominates in space, comfort, and everyday practicality. But here's where things get really interesting, because once we start looking at the biggest highlights, hidden drawbacks, and the price difference between these two SUVs, the decision might not be as obvious as it seems.
Now here's the moment where things start to get really interesting. The real-world driving experience. On paper, the 2026 Lexus GX550 looks like the obvious winner. It has more power, a tougher platform, and serious off-road hardware. And when you first get behind the wheel, that strength is immediately noticeable. The twin-turbo V6 delivers strong, confident acceleration, and the tall driving position makes you feel like you can tackle almost anything on the road ahead. On rough surfaces or uneven terrain, the GX550 feels incredibly solid and composed, almost like it was designed to ignore obstacles. But once you take both SUVs onto regular city streets and highways, the story begins to change. The Lexus TX350 suddenly starts to shine in ways many people don't expect. The ride is smoother, quieter, and much more relaxed. Steering feels lighter, the suspension absorbs bumps effortlessly, and long highway drives feel calm and comfortable. For everyday commuting, family trips, and daily errands, the TX simply feels easier to live with. And then there's fuel efficiency and practicality. The GX550's powerful engine comes with a trade-off. It consumes noticeably more fuel. Meanwhile, the TX350 delivers better efficiency and a more refined driving experience for daily use. For many buyers, that's the turning point.
The GX550 might be the more exciting SUV, but the TX350 often ends up being the more practical one. So suddenly, the question changes. It's no longer just about which SUV is stronger or more capable. It becomes about which one actually fits your lifestyle. And depending on how you plan to use your SUV, the answer might surprise you. But before we reveal the final recommendation, there's one more important thing to consider. Which of these Lexus SUVs actually gives you the better value for your money?
So after looking at the design, performance, comfort, and real-world usability, the big question remains: which Lexus SUV should you actually buy? The 2026 Lexus GX550 is clearly the choice for drivers who want true capability and adventure-ready performance. Its powerful twin-turbo V6, body-on-frame construction, and serious off-road features make it one of the most capable luxury SUVs in its class. If you plan to tow, explore off-road trails, or simply love that bold, rugged SUV personality, the GX550 delivers something very few luxury vehicles can match. But for the majority of buyers in the U.S. market, the 2026 Lexus TX350 may actually make more sense. It's smoother, more spacious, and far more comfortable for daily driving. Families will appreciate the usable third row, the quiet ride, and the focus on technology and convenience.
It's the type of SUV built for long road trips, school runs, and everyday life. In other words, the GX550 is about capability and adventure, while the TX350 is about comfort and practicality. And that's exactly where Lexus is being smart. Instead of building one SUV that tries to do everything, they're offering two vehicles designed for two completely different lifestyles. Looking at the current U.S. SUV market, where buyers want space, technology, and efficiency, the TX350 could quickly become one of Lexus's most popular family SUVs. Meanwhile, the GX550 will continue to attract drivers who want that classic, tough luxury SUV experience. So the real decision comes down to how you plan to use your SUV. Would you choose the rugged GX550 or the comfortable and practical TX350? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this comparison, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more honest car reviews and comparisons every week.